Welcome back, everybody. Today we're taking a look at another one of my markers. This time it is my AGD Automag. I first got this marker in 2010 and it started off completely different from what it is now. When I first bought it, it was a ULE ULT X-Valve level 10 Automag. So it had the ULE body that it still has, had the X-Valve, level 10 bolt, and the ultralight trigger kit. That is a really sweet Automag setup, but all of those parts are extremely fine-tuned and have extremely tight tolerances. So it was really hard to keep the thing up and working during a day of play. I could tune it, I could test it, I could get it all set up, but then after a few hours something would stop working. So I dropped down in complexity from the X valve to a classic Automag valve, from the level 10 anti-chop bolt to a simpler level 7 bolt, and from the frame that was compatible with the ULT to just a standard single trigger AGD frame. Since making those changes, this marker has become extremely reliable, it never breaks down, and it really is my go-to semi. So if you look at this marker today, almost nothing on it is from when I originally got it, except for the ULE body itself. I really like the ULE body because it's auto-cocker threaded rather than twist lock like the classic Automag bodies. The auto-cocker threading means I can use my free-compatible deadly wind barrels with this marker. I usually use it like this as a pistol setup, so I have the 6-inch on here, but it also works well as a full-size setup with the 12-inch. I have replaced the standard ULE slip fit feed neck with a clamping feed neck. You can see from CCM, it uses a screw to tighten the collar there, so it clamps onto whatever feed system you want to use. Of course, my feed system of choice is my universal stick feed, holds about 13 paintballs. That's what I'm always using with this marker. As I said, the bolt is a level 7, so it's not anti-chop, but I'm never shooting fast enough that that becomes a problem anyway. And the valve is a classic Automag valve. Stainless steel, bulletproof, it'll last forever. Great piece of engineering here. The frame is your standard single trigger AGD frame. I replaced the double trigger frame that came with the marker because I don't like double triggers, and also when I reworked the marker to be more reliable, I had to get rid of the ultralight trigger kit, so the standard frame with the very comfy grips was the best option there. The last component of this marker that I'll mention is the rail right here that kind of holds everything together. The ULE rail is not compatible with a vertical ASA with a pin depressor for tanks, so you couldn't actually run a tank vertically on the smaller ULE rail vertical ASA. So I replaced the ULE rail with the standard Automag Classic rail, the ULE ASA with the standard vertical ASA with a pin depressor, which allows me to run my 13.3K vertically. I like that because it allows me to run this marker as a pistol, which is how I run it most of the time. So I'll play with this marker with one hand on the pistol grip, one hand below the pistol grip like this, and because the marker is so small and light, it's a very stable setup. Now, as I said, I can run this with a longer barrel, and I'll even run it with a larger tank sometimes. So I'll use a 45-45, and I'll hold it with my hands on the vertical ASA instead of as a pistol. Either setup works fine there. You can see the air setup is extremely simple because there's no bottom line ASA, there's no secondary regulator. The air goes right from the vertical ASA into the valve. The valve has an integrated regulator, no need for any additional regulation there. And that's the whole air setup. It's very simple, very easy to maintain, and that is the point. That's really all there is to talk about with this marker. It's a classic valve level 7 AGD Automag with a ULE body. It's extremely simple, extremely reliable, and it is my go-to semi when I feel like playing semi, and most of the time when I'm doing that, I am playing pistol. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next time with a look at my half-block sniper.